This conference will now be recorded.
Hello. Ah, sir. Good afternoon, honorable organization members, faculties, academicians, students, research scholars, etc., who are linking with us through this online platform on the occasion of today's webinar on food technology and academic overview. It is great privilege to me and for giving me a chance to represent one of the pioneering organization, Light के लिए. Hello, आवाज आता असेल ना?
Yes, sir. It is
Not only
audible.
providing the lower and higher professional education. Audible, na? Ha. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Not only providing lower and higher professional education within our one roof, but also engaged in various social deeds by connecting with ages of society. The person with forecasted sense, burning desire to uplift living standards of Annadata, that is farmer, with strong willpower to provide higher technical, that is professional education to rural youth, that is students, so as to make them more confident technically and more professional competently to serve or to enter the corporate world of food business. Besides Atiti Devo Bhava, the only man who make the another saying, that is Krishi Devo Bhava, with proper vision, and the name is late Sri Bhagwan Rao Ramchandra Mokashi, alias Dadasaheb Mokashi, and make MKVP, that is Mokashi Krishi Vikas Partishthan, into force in 1998. The Mokashi Krishi Vikas Pratishthan, that is make development of Krishi through platform. Born in common farmers family from rural background, but set an forever impact through his uncommon and extraordinary deeds to serve the society or the rural soil. Dada Sahib has planned well for agriculture development, well structured for professional education, and well constructed for social linkage. But unfortunately, he passed away in 2005. We got a little bit setback through that. Today's growth, success, development, and addiction of leading the society is going and reaching new heights so elegantly by new powerful solid and vibrant force of Mokashi Krishi Vikas Pratishthan by healthy and emotional backup by the President, General Secretary, Honorable Vice President, Dr. Vishwesh Mokash Sahib, and Guide Counselor, Motivator, Director, Sri Vilas Chaudhary Sahib. We are not entered through education only, but we are linking with society by organizing the blood donation camps, farmers need, providing ambulance to the needy persons, funds, providing funds to the drought affected.
आता घेतल्या वायफायला लोडिंग घेतलं वायफाय चालू कर मग
We are proud.
हा येते
We are proud that our Vice President, Vishwesh Mukesh Sahib has got the doctorate from Global Virtual Trip University in 2020. Also, he is being honored at Pune by Jadhavar Group of institutions, the man of the vision in the field of education and professional agriculture. Also, we have pride moment that our director, Sri Chaudhary Sahib, has got state level Maratha Bhushan Puruskar at the hands of Honorable Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj in 2019. Besides, the Mokashi Kriti Vikas Pratishthan is day by day developing and reaching the new goals, new heights, as whatever the goal set by the late Sri Dada Sahib Mokashi Sahib. Dada Sahib, as he is having the far-sighted vision, through this that he know very well that Anna hai Purna Brahma, that is food is future and future is food. In that vision, private college of food technology at the rural side of soil of the Rajmachi, which is located at Taluka Karad district, Satara, in the state of Maharashtra. This is Mokashi College of Food Technologist, first private college which is approved by the government of Maharashtra and Maharashtra Council of Agriculture, Education and Research, Pune. It is affiliated to Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri. It is first ever private college in the Western Maharashtra, also first private college in Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rahuri, under the guidance of our the wholehearted General Secretary Sri Abhijit Sahib, dynamic person Vice President Dr. Vishwesh Sahib, and our counselor, motivator, director Chaudhary Sahib. In the vision, they are just acting like Brahma Vishnu Mesh. By the force of this trio, our the BTech Food Technology College is running and reaching in the new heights in the corporate world of food business. Since 2004, the first batch is passed out in 2008. Since 2008 till date, that is 2020, more than 700 students have entered in the professionally, technically in the corporate world of the business, and it is they are working so nicely, representing their family, our Mokashi Krishi Vikas Pratishthan and the same Mokashi College of Food Technology, so nicely in the world of food business. In the world of food business, all over the world. More than 15 students have started their own business. They have become this entrepreneurs. Say, I'm glad to express or post some names of them. It is Anil Sherke, then Gaurang Kotnis, Mayur Kunjir, Mahesh Zadav. More than 300 students have taken their this post-graduation degree in various institutions all over India, also world, New Zealand, UK, United States, then United Kingdom, and New Zealand, Australia also. Most of the students, they are serving for the society and the food business or the corporate world in the all over the world in the multinational companies having this securing this higher posts in that. So I am thankful to the management of this Mokashi Krishi Pratishthan, this Abhijit Sahib, Dr. Vishwesh Sahib, Director Chaudhary Sahib, and the rest of this honorable members of the organization, giving me a chance to represent the Mokashi Krishi Pratishthan and Dada Sahib Mokashi College of Food Technology to the such occasion on the online platform on the occasion of this webinar on food technology and academic overview. Also, I can welcome to all the participants from all over India. Also, I have to convey my sincere thanks and welcome to the today's guest speaker, who is a sincere academician, not only the sincere and dedicated academician, but also the good sportsman. Our one time our colleagues, our friend, Siddharth Lokhande sir. Thank you for accepting our request and welcome again. I can convey my sincere thanks to all the participants, management, and my colleagues. I can switch over the mic to the Professor Samsher Patil for the next proceedings. Thank you very much and good day.
Thank you very much, sir, for enormous our attendees and our institution levels. I am requesting to Professor A. Madam to introduce our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon and warm welcome to everyone attending today's webinar. It gives me great pleasure to extend my words and to introduce today's speaker on behalf of Dada Saheb Mokashi of Food Technology, College of Food Technology, Rajmachi, conducting webinar on food technology and academic overview by a resource person, Dr. Siddharth Lokhande. Dr. Lokhande is working as an assistant professor in Department of Technology, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He has completed his BTech and MTech in food technology from Vasantrao Naik Marathwada Krishi Vidyapit, Parbhani. He has qualified ASRB NET in 2015. He has completed PhD in drying studies of and strawberry by using microwave, solar and mechanical dryer. He has 2 years industrial experience in Hindustan Coca-Cola Beverage Private Limited and Uttam Agro Foods India Private Limited. He has 12 years of teaching experience. He has guided 26 UG students and 11 PG students. He has published 8 national and 16 international research papers. He has presented 26 papers in national conference. He has attended 9 international and 2 state level conferences. He has attended number of technical sessions, workshops, seminars and training all over country. He has published book titled Post-Harvest Management and Technology of Turmeric in 2019. He is life member of FSTI Mysore, Dairy Technology Society, NDRI Karnal, Nutrition Society of India, NIN Hyderabad, International Association of Engineers, Food and Agriculture Society. He is certified as Digital Mitra, part of Food Safety Mitra by FSAI. He is working as a secretary of Association of Food Scientists and Technologists India, Kolhapur chapter. He is working as a coordinator of STTP on squash and juice processing technician under Ministry of Skill Development. He is member of advisory committee for BOC program at Kamla College, Kolhapur. Now I request to all the participants, if you have any questions during the presentation, please type it into the chat box. I will bring them up during the presentation if necessary, or we will also have time for question and answer session at the end. To keep the quality of sound functional during the meeting, please mute yourselves. Now I would like to request to our speaker to start today's session. Thank you.
Hello, Lokhande sir.
Yeah, shall I share the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are sharing the screen.
May I audible? Participants? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are completely audible. Just share your
Okay.
screen, sir.
Okay. Fine. Is it visible?
No, sir. It is
Hello.
not visible yet.
Not
Yes, sir.
visible.
It is not visible yet, sir. Not visible. Screen is on. Okay. Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Yes, sir. You are completely
Now.
visible. Your screen is also
Okay. Fine.
visible.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can start your session, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Uh, Dear all the participants, welcome to all the participants. Thank you very much for the brief introduction about me. Uh, Let me congratulate first to all the management parts for their initiation about organizing such kind of the webinar and given me an opportunity to present myself uh, with the content related to the food technology and academic overview. Also, uh, I would like to congratulate to the Mokashi Sahib for their PhD awarded from the one of the renowned institution. Then Director Chaudhary sir for getting the award. Then also I'm thankful to the our friend Principal Professor S. Dhane sir and all the staff members, all the teaching and non-teaching staff members and dear participants. Uh, so with these few words, I will complete the beginning part and already uh, we are late by 40 minutes. So without wasting much more time in the introductory part, we'll start the content. So during your during the conversation, if you have any doubts or queries, as ma'am explained about you to share your queries in the chat box and or after completing the discussion, we'll keep the special 20-30 minutes for Q&A session. So let me start with the content. The how the idea is comes in the mind about the selecting the topic for the representing on the web online platform or in virtual platform. It is again challenging one because without seeing the participants deliver the content, then again it is quite difficult. But also at the same time we can consider it is a great opportunity to connect with us. So from the all over throughout country and outside participants are there. uh, so just beginning part about the I think majority of the participants belongs to the uh, food technology fraternity. So and they may be connected with the whatever names I have included here. Especially if whenever we are pursuing the food technology qualification, one of the institution with one of the institution, one of we are connected with the organization because there are you can see the several apex bodies like IITs, NITs, then CSIR is also providing the food technology education, some national institutes like NIFTEM, then state agriculture universities, lot of universities they are having their own programs. Then some deemed universities like MITs, then some institute like IIR New Delhi, then central institutes, they are also having the food technology program. Then state universities like our university, that is Shivaji University, then Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University, Aurangabad, then LIT Nagpur, UDCT Aurangabad, UDCT Jalgaon. These are some of the examples of the state university. And from every organizations, we are getting the knowledge about the food technology. And I think so. Most of the participants are belongs to one of the organization, whatever we presented here. So I'm not giving much more time to this slide because we have the content is more, so it is quite unable to cover it. So the one thing is came in my mind, being a second year student and third year, final year, or maybe some of the PG students might be there. In their mind, there are a lot of confusions while uh, completing their profession or while pursuing their education qualification. So that's why intentionally I have taken this content or collected this content from the different sources. So definitely it will be useful for all the participants. I think majority of the students are there, so that was my focus. So majority of the participants are students, so that's why it may be useful for the each and everyone. That was my intention. So that's why the whenever we are choosing the course or whenever we are learning the course, at that time there are a lot of confusions. But you can see the in Kaima's very first or beginning part of the content, or maybe the first chapter is there, and from that content you can see they have given the foremost and very beginning part of the any of the industry. That is nothing but the job responsibilities of the food technologists in the industry. Whenever they are enter in the food industry, at that time there may be a lot of confusions in their mind. So that's why they are unable to develop themselves, or they are unable to come out of the some confusions. So that's why these are the some responsibilities whenever you may selected or may lead any corporate industry. At that time there are several responsibilities we have to perform as a food professionalist. So majority of the part you can see we are appointing in a quality control or quality assurance department. At that time we have to perform lot of responsibilities. So in the beginning part, being a second year student or maybe third year student or maybe fourth year or maybe postgraduate student, pass out students, still they are having some confusions. But you can see the quality control or quality assurance is the one of the biggest department in the any of the organization, and it has the very prime importance in accordance with the management part. Management is always keeping the more focus on the quality control department. So that's why definitely as compared to the any of the other department, quality control department is having the more responsibilities as compared to the other departments. So right from RMPM, raw material and packaging material analysis, once your raw material is entering the processing area, immediately the quality control uh, authorities work is started. So inspection of whatever incomings, that is raw material for the product development, or maybe packaging material, maybe primary or secondary, tertiary packaging material, that has to analyze in a proper way and according to its frequency. Scheduling of the operation or managing all the production related activities, how much raw material is required, how much quantity I have to issue from the stores, everything is managed by the quality control authority. Then at the same time, there are some of the equipments are installed in the production area, but their care is taken by the quality control personnel. For example, if uh, look toward the any metal detector is installed in the cereal processing industry, at that time you can see though it is uh, the instrument is installed in the production area, but uh, the metal detection or metal detected particles are validated by the quality control personnel. So that's why this is the difference. Though equipment is installed in the production department, but it's a responsibility of the quality control person. He is looking care about the, because again you can see the metal particles are not edible in nature. So as it is comes under the physical hazard, then it's very dangerous, because we have to validate it on a regular basis, and we have to control any of the physical matters, like the metal should not be admixed with the uh, whatever serial branded flour. So inspection of warehousing is up to the inspection of final product is again the major responsibility, because there are several steps there we have to keep continuous watch. So that's why it should be inspected properly, and defected material should not be go toward the consumers, or defect free material should be received by the consumers. This is the intention. Then another very important responsibility, every time I am telling to the each and every students, because preparation of standards and specification, and managing the hygiene and sanitization of the premises, as well as the hygiene and sanitization of the equipment with the help of CIP and COPs is another very important responsibility of the quality control person. Then laws and regulations, the conformance of the local and federal laws. About this again, we will talk a lot in our next content, because we have various slides about this part. But we have to verify the local laws, mandatory laws, either it may be local or federal laws. Even though the laws like or legal requirements related to the CPCB or MPCB, that is the Central Pollution Control Board, and Maharashtra Pollution Control Board's requirements also we have to comply it. Basis decide the basis pricing, inventory and budget policy. It is also one of the responsibility of the quality control person. And finally, you can see whenever you are uh, appointing any organization, at the same time, whenever you are appointing and representing yourself, at that time, definitely the organizations give the remuneration in the form of salaries. But at that time, always whenever you are getting that salary, at that time, your performance is evaluated by the organization persons, and this evaluation of the person's performance is normally with the help of key result areas, where in which areas you have done the good job, then and then you will get the good returns or good remunerations by the your owners. Otherwise, if you are doing the routine activities, then you will not get the appropriate, because the things are some innovative or some good returns whenever you are giving to the company, then company will definitely uh, think about it. And key result area is one of the criteria to judge your performance for your further upgradation. Second, again, you see there is again one the trend has been changed drastically in the industry. 15-20 years back, if you see, the situation or scenario was very different as compared to the in present condition. The different food technologies, whenever it is it's selected, or whenever he is leading the corporate world, at that time there are nowadays there are various designations are available in that quality control and quality assurance executive. It is very routine designation, production officer, production executive, then production manager. Up to that you can lead. Then in the second third part, if you see, it is very uh, drastically changed part nowadays. You might have also experienced if you have associated with the industries, the regulations and the regulatory compliances is the independent department, and regulatory and R&D manager like designations are get created in the industry. Food safety management system manager or documentation manager like designations are available in the industry. Then risk management and R&D division is independent department where the risk assessment is carried out by the very specialized person. Techno marketing is another area where you can enter in the additives industry, and you can associate with the application department by selling the food additives of the different companies. And now how big is the share of the food additives or ingredient, it need not to tell you because already the statistical data is available, and you can just go through the which are the major food ingredient industries and what is the current share of the industries. R&D and innovation, this is again another designation is created by the industry because the the sing uh, the single person must have the all the multidisciplinary skill sets in his or her. Then and then it will possible to uh, recruit the person. Then industrial safety is another area. Here also you can do or you can become a specialized person in that. These are the few of the designations nowadays available in the industry. So being a student of graduation or graduation point of these are the few of the designations nowadays available. Now again, you can see whenever we are working in the quality control department, this is again very popular content is available in the again the same in the Kramer's book. If you compare with the all the departments, even though the management is at topmost position and management is controlling all the departments like research and development, quality control department, production, and marketing and sales and marketing. So these are the four departments, but whenever you are compared with all the departments at that time, you can see how the big role or how big pressure is on the quality control department, because quality control department is known as the mode of communication of the any problem in the food processing industry. So it is act as a channel of communication. So that's why it has always it has the more pressure as compared to the other departments, as it is highlighted with the help of the the, the tree diagram is straight away indicate that the every department is somehow associated with the quality control department and quality control activity. So the functions of quality control department and its relationship is also very important to understand its the important functions and its relationship. It is also very important being an BTech graduate. Then again, as our webinar talk is entitled the academic overview. Whenever we are learning the subjects at that time, again there might be some gaps uh, in our teaching and learning process, but at that same time, whatever your basic subjects, they are very important to understand thoroughly. Otherwise it will create a lot of difficulties, and how the difficulties will be created, that you can compare with the help of the this represented diagram. One side intentionally I have kept the basic or composite content of the any food material, that is water, carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals. Moreover, the content is very similar in the any of the food commodities or food materials. So at that same time, we should associate it with its structure, its chemical nature, the physicochemical properties, the nutritional value, and its classification is very important. Understand thoroughly its classification, it is very important. Then afterward, again, you can see how the food chemistry being, because if the participants are belongs to the second year, then you can see how this subject is very important for your future career point of view. It is support to understand the nutritional uh, what are the nutritional requirements of the food, that you can understand. Then again, the food quality and food regulation point of view, it is also very important. Then the health claims and the chemical changes are takes place during the processing, it is very important. So this food chemistry and food biochemistry is the subject, it is very important. uh, Whenever you are dealing with quality control department or research and development department, or if you are associated with the R&D and regulatory compliances of the any of the food processing industry. So you don't neglect the subject, though it is basic subject, but it has the great impact in your future career. Because how it is very important that you come to know that whenever I will represent the some slides which are relevant to the our existing regulatory system. So that slide we'll see discuss later on. Uh, Another similarly, the another same subject that is might be in your second year, food microbiology is the another subject. Then what what is the food microbiology's importance? Then classification, role in preservation, then food spoilage, foodborne illnesses, basic food safety. Or one thing you can just see, the our existing regulatory itself entitled with the safety. Because if you see, or if you compare with the older food regulation system, that is Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954, and whatever the existing system it is implemented in the year 2011, that is FSSAI was implemented in the year 2011, 5th August 2011. Uh, it entitled as Food Safety Standards Authority of India. It means that if title is associated with the safety, then how the food microbiology subject should be judicially you have to incorporate while regulatory compliances of the any of the food material. So so that's why intentionally the content is added, the its importance and everything you can see, and how the organisms are get developed in the various phases, lag phase, log phase, then stationary and death phase. So that graphical representation you might have learned in the subject, but just key point I have highlighted here, and it's straight away its correlation with the its help life. Then there are several other benefits like uh, to get the benefits in the preservation, then spoilage conditions, then to get the safe food, and last you can see the prebiotic and probiotic. Nowadays you can see how big is the area, and several companies they have entered with the help of the positive benefits of the or use of the food microbiology in the any of the segment, like the milk processing industry. It is one of the best example. From that you can see the how uh, prebiotic and probiotic products we are now observing in the market, or even we are consuming for the day-to-day life purpose. Then another subject, food additives and contaminants. Similarly, the basic part is very similar, but whenever we think the how big is the market of the food additives and contaminants, but at the same time, whenever you are using it, at that time the regulatory system is there, and regulatory wants the its safety concern. So that's why you can see the some of the additives are categorized under the intentional additives and unintentional additives. Some of the additives you can see the naturally identical uh, articles, they can also we can add in the food product without any limitation. But whenever you are using any chemical preservative or any synthetic form of the additives in the product, at that time there are the regulatory norms we have to follow very precisely. Otherwise, again, if you are not maintaining that part, again you will become in a trouble. Or uh, there are a lot of incidents happen in the past. So that's why you can see that whenever you are leading in a business, at that time, to understand the classification of the food additives and its use, then appropriate its standards and specifications about its quantity and its frequency. Everything you have to understand, and then you can add in the food product. So need not to tell much more about how the extensively the food additives market is rapidly spread throughout the world. So this is one of the area where if you are dealing this particular subject, that is food additives, in a very sincere manner, then definitely you have the good broad scope, or you may create an one avenue for you, or one of the option in your future career. uh, so go somewhat quickly because there are a lot of subjects added. So human nutrition, about this again I will talk later on, because Food Safety Standards Authority of India themselves, they have started a lot of initiatives, and from that initiative you may got an idea ki, how big is the potential of this particular subject. The human nutrition, for example, the Eat Right to India movement is one of the movement you can see. Then fortification initiative is there. A lot of initiatives government has started with the help of the uh, human use of the human nutrition subject. And the main intention is that as the Ministry of Health is the apex body of the this particular food regulatory mechanism. So that's why the health concern is very rapidly spread throughout the society, and each and every stakeholder of the society, like students, or maybe the farmers, or maybe the hilly region peoples, or maybe the any part of the society, he or she should not get affected due to the lack of the nutrients, because already you can see there are several malnourishment issues are there, protein deficiencies are there. The example is kwashiorkor is there, marasmus is there. A lot of still the problems are there, and how we can sort out. The regulatory is ready to work with all the organizations, because due to lack of insufficient manpower and infrastructure, the regulators also need the support of the student like you, and organization like us. We have to connect with the regulatory system, and to understand the existing part of the system, regulatory system. Then food and vegetable, I will not go in detail about the uh, what is the current scenario of the productivity of variety of fruit and vegetable uh, in the country. uh, how is the position of our country in terms of the productivity, uh, then present status. And there are a lot of initiatives or nearby this particular region. You can see the establishment of the food parks in the several regions, like Satara is having the one of the renowned food park. So this is the outcome of the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, as it is established in the year 1986, and but later on in the recently it is merged as an independent ministry, because earlier it was comes under the Ministry of Agriculture, but now you can see ministry is too much active, and it has a lot of schemes and funds to establish the food processing unit. So there is a lot of scope, and present status, if you see, we are having the at least number one or two position in terms of productive fruit and vegetable. Uh, there are some exotic fruits like strawberry. In that also we are having the good position. Then but still the comparison of the processing rate, if you compare with the developed countries, still we are lagging behind the developed countries. So still we are under 10%, and developed countries are having more than the 70% or up to 80%. So Brazil like country is having the good processing rate, but again the country to country geographical condition, mindset of the farmers, then spreading the awareness of the uh, in among the whole peoples, that is also another issue. uh, and one side the problems of the regulatory also, that also the another important part. And there is lot of problems like value addition, then product related standards, then technology development, innovations. So many problems are there, but the good thing is that the ministry is having the good intention uh, about the food processing sector uh, throughout the throughout the country. Because again, you can say the majority of the agro processed raw material is to be converted into the value added product, and farmers should create and their own brand. This is the intention of to make the more strengthen to the farmers is the one of the agenda of the government. So that's why good policies they have adopted. Financial support, they are having the financial supports to the all the food business operators. Then even infrastructure support, then for certification, for product development. In all the terms, they want to make the farmers income double with the help of creating their own brands. And the some cooperative and some government of Maharashtra's organization, they came forward and they have started this activity with the help of the making the student farmers help self-help groups, as well as the another new model like farmers producer company is another model. Right now in present scenario, it is one of the successful uh, model we are observing nearby places. For example, Sahyadri is one of the largest farmers producer company which is connected with the 8,000 farmers, and you can see they are one of the leading exporter for some of the fruit and vegetables from the country, and that belongs to the Nashik. So this is about food and vegetable. Then the dairy is another very big uh, sector. We can say the I'm not going in detail about its productivity and what is the condition of the live stock of the country and what kind of the animals and everything. But moreover, you can see that whenever we are learning this subject at that time, in our mind only limited things we are keeping, but proximate analysis, then qualitative, quantitative test, then dairy chemistry and biochemistry is one of the specialization. Then dairy microbiology is one of the specialization. Chemistry is there, engineering is there. In that, especially performance of the unit operation is the one of the major function of the dairy engineering. For example, pasteurization is there, sterilization and spray drying are the examples. And there is a one more area where the dairy products, traditional products, and its standardization and improve its shelf life. It is another area where you can work a lot. So that's why the being an academician, keep this mind, keep these some points in being an academician in your mind. But again, you can see the open up your always open up your industry perspective uh, according to the need of the industry. So milk powder, it is highly utilized by the ingredient industry. Then some technical training courses you must opt before passed out your BTech or MTech, like fast track training is there. Then a lot of trainings or lot of uh, activities you have to perform, and then you can enter in this particular segment. Then Ministry of Ayush, they have recently, you can see the golden milk they have launched. It's very simple product they have suggested to the layman of the whole country. Yeah, just addition of the 1 spoon of the turmeric in the milk will uh, uh, enhances the nutritional life, or it will act as a nutraceutical because of the one of the bioactive component present in the curcumin. So that's why the ministry they have suggested the product like this. So this kind of the support or the campaigning awareness is spread by the ministry, from ministry side also. Dairy byproduct is another area where we have to work a lot on utilization of the dairy byproduct. And as all of us, we know that it is one of the highly perishable commodity. So that's why its storage and enhancement of the shelf life, it is one of the challenging thing for the food technologies. Then also it is the one of the essential commodity declared by the government, and so that's why the every person or per capita consumption is also, if you see the throughout the country, it is uh, good in terms of the every state is consuming more than 120 ml at least milk by the each and every person. So per capita consumption is also good. But the every industry has, or every coin is having the both of the sides. The another side, that is this particular segment is folded with a, or currently it is ruled by the cooperative organizations. Though it is comes under the cooperative organization, but the examples like Amul, you can see now where are the cooperative organizations also. If you have good the vision and mission, because Dr. Verghese Kurian, they have done very great job, because they have established the Anand pattern, and their dream was to spread this same pattern to the each and every state of the country. It was the vision and the mission of the that great visionary Dr. Verghese Kurian. So that's why, due to that, their efforts, we are still reach at this height throughout the world. But again, as this commodity is the one of the essential commodity, so that's why FSS had done very good work for some targeted commodities like oil is there, milk is there. For this, all the industries, they have made mandate the each and every milk processing in food business operator must have the laboratory within their manufacturing premises. So as the fortification is one of the initiative taken by the FSSR, and according to the essential commodity or fortification targeted commodity, the FSSI, they have made it mandatory to develop the laboratory within the your processing premises. So this is again good thing, because whenever we are having the good infrastructure for conducting the different physicochemical analysis or different qualitative and quantitative tests, then it will save your time, or it will uh, create and scope for another scope for the quality control and quality assurance related persons. So another is the cereal and bakery. This is again one of the largest, we can say, the commodity. It is cultivated throughout the country, because you can see the similar position of the this commodity also. So that's why here also we are having the very great scope being an academician, because but whenever you are learning this subject at that time, uh, you must habituated with the what are the different variety of the uh, cereal crops we are cultivating throughout the country, and its statistical availability, and what are the probable product we can manufacture according to the need of the consumer. It should not be like that only the raw material is available, but at the same time, whenever you are target any product, at that time its techno economical feasibility, as well as the retention of the nutrients and extension of the shelf life and desired packaging material. These are the few of the challenges, and foremost thing is that the consumer acceptance is the another, the very important area where you have to keep the very close attention. Otherwise your project, there may be the chances of the failure in running the food business. So that's why again there are a lot of scope and opportunities for this segment, but at the same time, you have to work out on its availability and all the scientific and technical part of the product development and its feasibility study. Then another area where the food process engineering, here again you can see the you might have experienced uh, several sectors how the food process engineering is very important subject, especially in case of the uh, uh, cereal processing industry. If you see there is a multi-story building is there, 3 4 floors are there, and there this actually the operation is performed, and this different operations like separation of the lighter materials with the help of the the techniques like the use of the air velocity. The aspiration is used to separate out the very lighter materials like threads, or maybe the dirt is separated with the help of the aspirators. Another area we can see with the help of distillation, several volatile compounds we can manufacture by creating the appropriate engineering, by applying the appropriate engineering knowledge. Uh, Processing like the any heating and cooling operation is there, either it is dairy industry, maybe beverage industry. There are several examples with us. In that case also you can see nowadays how the big is the business opportunity. Crystallizer, you can see nowadays the demand of the jaggery powder. If you see the few days back, there was no any scope and opportunity for the jaggery powder, but due to the proper engineering sense and use of the knowledge of the proper engineering knowledge in the area, now we are able to manufacture the jaggery powder in a very effective manner. So drying is the another area for drying of the several uh, horticultural commodities, or maybe the cereal grains and spices. Anything we can dry it with the help of the appropriate drying device. This is again another engineering area where we can work out. Uh, then again, the drying rate, how the you can see whenever drying is critical due to migration of the moisture from center toward the outside. Because all of a sudden, if we are increasing the temperature, at that time there might be the chances of the case hardening. So case hardening is nothing but the initial moisture will get lost very effectively and rapidly, but center moisture or water is required much more time to migrate from center to outside. So this is the one of the defect you have to keep in mind while performing the technology. This is the another very popular area, um, where the industry has the very great potential to create the lot of employability, because you can see the first picture, that is you can see the sugar cane are highlighted here, and again the this particular region Kolhapur Sangli is well known for cultivation of it, and so that's why ICR they have the two research center. One is situated in the Kolhapur itself, and another is near to the Shankeshwar. There is another research center they have established to conduct the research, and it should be conveyed to the society. So this is the intention. Again, you can see the from sugarcane, we can manufacture the variety of jaggeries in variety of sizes, size and shapes. Then khand sakri is there, sugar is there, brown sugar is there, uh, and lot of product, and how you can see the extensive use or excessive use in each and every household of the country, that you can imagine uh, from your day-to-day use of the sugar and jaggery powder. Another area, the confectionery, in confectionery cocoa processing is one of the very state of art processing factories nowadays available. But basically the in cultivated or harvested beans will in a wet condition, then again it is to be dry it properly, ferment it properly, and then finally we are getting the product, raw product, like uh, the slab of the coca powder. Uh, and can see the Mordi is one of the biggest project, and it is providing the base material for several multinational like Britannia is there, Nestle, even Cadbury. So many people they are procure the base material for chocolate manufacturing. So this is the right time where you can see the scope and opportunity. Another area, hard-boiled candy and some use of low sugar or sugar-free like xylitol is there, and mannitol. These are the some sugars we can use to manufacture the product like chewing gum, or maybe it is added in the several innovative product. So this is the another area where you can think, or whatever the areas I am discussing, just keep continuous and very close watch about what is the current status of each and everything, right from its raw material to the finished product, what are the variants are available in the market. For this, you have to conduct the market survey whenever you are visiting any mall or any new place where the products are stacked. There you should observe each and everything of the label of the your product. So this is an everybody's individual responsibility. So that's why keep in mind the reading of the label in a proper manner. It will also gives a lot of knowledge, and it will also gives the several opportunities for your future career. So plant food layout and design, how should be the ideal plant? It is also again the in current scenario or in current part, the food laws and regulation or regulatories, they are providing the several guidelines, or guidelines are available. How should be the appropriate food plant and layout design, what kind of the sanitary what should be the location, then how the economically it should be feasible, then layout should be feasible, requirements of the product, regulatory aspects, then plant size and visibility, and several angles, the layout, then how it should be ideal. Then very important thing is that the how should be the hygiene and sanitation should be maintained throughout the processing area. That is very important, because by laws, if you see the if you don't have the proper hygiene and sanitation at that time, the regulators they are having power to cancel your license at any stage. And very beginning stage of the any food business operator want to start their business, at that time they need to conduct the inspection by the regulators first, and once get their no objection, then and then it will get the license, otherwise you cannot initiate the business. But if your situation is critical, in that case the they can take the action. But any food business operator, if they are having the good sound practices in and around the processing area, then within 30 days, if you don't receive the any communication from the regulators, then you can initiate your you can initiate your business without waiting the regulators reply for your starting the business. So these are the some areas where you can make uh, opportunity to enter in the area. Another similar kind of the segment, you can see that again we are one of the largest country. They are having the livestock, either it is cows or buffalo, or maybe marine product in poultry. But at the same time, whenever we or even egg also, we are having the very good position, and it is possible due to the some backup of the development by the veterinary sciences development. And earlier it was under the ICR, so they have developed a lot of uh, government colleges and research centers, specialized research centers. So that's why new breeds development. Then in marine sector also we are having the specialized course like fishery course is separate one. then veterinary sciences, they are also doing the very good research. So that's why we are able to develop the several uh, breeds and species of the animal and birds, and also at the same time the productivity in the egg. But at the same time we can see the commodity, any of the commodity is there, but at that time you have to keep the continuous your attention toward the what are the regulatory norms and standards are relevant to the that particular commodity. It is very important, because though you are learning this subject, but if you have the gaps while learning the subject, like the halal is the certification, or what kind of the very beginning requirement required for the meat and fish poultry industry, that is very important. Even right from the feeding practices of your animal, you can see the one example, because actually what happens, the quality control or quality assurance never start after receiving the material inside the processing area. The quality control or quality assurance is always start during the cultivation of the, or before the cultivation of the your crop, and before serving that feeds or food to the animal. That is important, because you can say whenever you are conducting the backward traceability, at that time you will in a trouble, because without knowing the history of the whatever feeds or foods, either it is green fodder is there, or maybe concentrated feeds, or maybe any dry cake you are, if you are provide to the animal, at that time you should keep continuous traceability toward the where I am cultivating my fodders or feeds, and what kind of the inputs I am giving to the during the its cultivation. If you are providing the water and heavy dose of the pesticides and manures, then at that time you can see the how the feeds or foods will be safe for the consumption of the animals, because the heavily contaminated or heavily polluted content, if you are irrigate to the during the cultivation of the green fodders, or maybe even after cultivation also, the traces of the uh, residues of the pesticides, it will remain as it is the content. So now you can tell now if, the where is the quality assurance. Actually quality assurance is starting right from the farm. So that's why we should have the good traceability mechanism, what kind of the pesticide residues or what kind of the manures I'm providing, either I'm following good agricultural practices or not, that has to rectify, and then you can say the your product is safe for the consumption, or then and then it is eligible for the export point of view. Because what happens for domestic market, you don't have the major issue, but whenever you are sending your consignment to the abroad, at that time you have to follow the all the export norms, because if you are not following the export norms about its pesticide residue uh, trace out traces, then that country has rights, because they can reject your consignment or they can send back. Normally they are not sending back, because again the cost of the transportation who will bear, so they will directly dispose of that consignment. And several examples happened in the past with our country. For grapes is there, then for mango there was happened so many incidents about the crossing the specification of the pesticide residues, or MRL level was not maintained properly. So that's why this may be the problem. So this is another area where we have to keep continuous watch, because now we are calling the food should be safe, and food is manufactured under the food quality assurance. At that time it should be see very carefully, and you must have the very strong database and record keeping. Then another the very basic subject, that is food biochemistry. As earlier I told you, each and every commodity it is plays a very vital role. this example is belongs to the apple. Apple will be susceptible due to the comes in contact with the oxygen. The browning is takes place. This enzymatic browning will create and the problem of the browning. Then again, the meat, fish, poultry in this segment is also the whatever intramuscular structure of the meat, fish, and poultry. The biochemistry of that internal content, it is very important because it is made up of the several alternate layers and bundles of the muscles. So intramuscular structure, understanding the intramuscular structure, it is very important for the meat, fish, poultry, or any the animal having the muscles. Biochemistry of milk and milk product, again already we have gone through the what is the need, because uh, the the biochemistry of the milk, if it is not maintained properly, then it will affect on the shelf life of the product. So that's why it should be understand thoroughly and very perfectly. So that's why this subject, you can say the profession, being a profession, or the you don't take it is very simply or lightly. In future, definitely somewhere, whenever you are leading your profession with the help of uh, uh, whenever you are leading the your profession with the any industry, at that time the all the knowledge of the all the subject, it is highly essential uh, to comply all the regulatory requirements or product related requirements. In food biotechnology, it is the another area everybody is familiar with the all the content, because in every sector nowadays you can see the genetically engineered foods, how the big or maybe the majority of exotic products are belongs to the this category. So that's why again this is one another specialization or specialized area that you can make your career and get the benefit. Food packaging, this is very important because IIPs and CFTRI, these are the apex organizations. They are really doing the very great job to develop the different variety of the packaging material and packaging material related research. Then different type of packaging materials they are developed, because again you can see the as if you don't have the innovations in your packaging, then definitely one day you will come in the you will become in trouble. Because the example is, you can see the Kinder Joy is the one of the example. You can see the how innovative packaging material they have developed along with the toys, because children are like more the innovations in the packaging material and along with the we can see the toys. So that's why the innovations always it is required. Another example, you can see the paper boat, how the very small packages with the proper packaging they have developed. Because what happens if your packaging material it is not proper, in case of uh, the the big quantity or maybe in a concentrated product, it will create a problem. Small packages sachet doesn't have the big problem, but the product is bulk in nature or product is high. Whenever we are using in concentrate and whenever we are dilute for the preparation of the artist, at that time it must have the good compatibility, good lead, or whenever we are open it and close it, at that time it should retain the uh, good results while it's handling. Migration test on the virginity or recycled use of the packaging material. These also again the area where we have to work a lot. Then some innovations like time temperature indicators, then scavenging, then self-heating and edible packaging is the another area where need to work a lot, because again you can see the packaging and labeling regulation independent alerted by the FSSAI. So you can see the how big is the area and how we should uh, uh, how we should proceed with the help of in and around your industry as well as your regulatory mechanism. Then again we'll see the another legume and oilseeds. Similarly, the lot of mechanism are available. Then blending concept is there, because nowadays you can see the several companies like Marico, they have the brand that is Saffola, 30-70 combination they have made. Why the monounsaturated fatty acids and MUFA and FUFA is the combination they have made, and they have tried to uh, how the product is the nutritious and how it will help to the enhance the health status of the individual they have targeted. FSSAI had taken this commodity as one of the initiative for the fortification also, and a lot of reused cooked oil should not be used for several times. This is the requirement. Then people nowadays they are changing their trends from mechanical pressing toward the wooden ghanas there due to its nutritional status. Then snack industry, then again everybody is very familiar with this particular segment due to the extrusion like technology. Variety of the collates and pellets, several variety of extruded snacks we can manufacture in the uh, in the availability of the technology. Beverage industry, again, due to lack of time, we are unable to proceed, but you can see this is again very big area with the help of multiple barrier filtration system, and due to the very sound quality management systems available in the industry, and due to the automation or continual manufacturing process like the procrastinator or maybe paramix like instruments are available, and online checks, and uh, up to the reaching to the consumer, the continuous check is kept for the consumers by the manufacturer. So this is a very good thing. So, but for development purpose, you need to take the hardship in the form of training, then latest update in the industry, then safety management systems throughout the throughout the manufacturing area, like OSAG is there, then uh, personal protective equipment, material safety data sheet, even up to effluent treatment. You have to see very judiciously the whole manufacturing process. Another area, food quality and safety management, I'm not going to talk much more about, because this presentation will share with you. You can see this video also, the 3-4 minutes video given about the importance of the food quality and safety. Uh, so I will not spend much more time. Post-harvest technology of plantation crop and spices. Uh, how big is the, again, we are the one of the leader in the productivity, as well as we are getting the good retention, that economical retention from the its export, and different organizations are work for it. Tea board is there, coffee board is there, spice board is there. They are associated for the development of the this particular segment. So you can see the in turmeric, chili, then mint, some spice oleoresins. We are one of the leading producer, and we are having the monopoly in the market, spice trading market, due to the work of the regulatory mechanism system in the country, as well as the work done by uh, the spice board and other quality management system like ASTA is there, AgMark is there, and USDA also. They are doing a lot of things to grow and develop this particular segment. So spices and processing and in plant training. Uh, I would like to convey one more request about all the participants, for students especially. This is very important part, because in-plant training and subjects you have chosen as an elective, that should be do very sincerely, or get the knowledge in these two domains very sincerely, because it will create an opportunity in your future part of the profession, because they are having the great potential uh, other than any of the source. Because whenever you are entering the industry, all the still discuss knowledge we should apply in the industry, very beginning part as well as the intermediate part, that you have to apply uh, during your training. This is very important, because it will took much more time, because right now we don't have that much more time. So we'll go somewhat fast, but sincerity in the training, it will create and the job opportunity for you. You don't need not to depend on the uh, any other else. So that's why the sincerity in the training, it is very important, and all the aspects you must try to cover while the perceiving your implant training in the any small or any big industry. Mini project, and this will highlight your research and development core. R&D core will be highlight with the help of the sound knowledge of literature survey, then knowledge about product development, selection of the project, selection of raw material, processing, packaging. Then similar kind of the things also you can need. You can see the same whatever the subject knowledge still you have up to your final year, or maybe up to the completing of the post graduation. How you can see the same that research knowledge and subject knowledge you have to adopt while the develop the new product, or while conducting the research uh, for your own thesis purpose, or maybe the in-house practices, or in your day-to-day practical activities. So mini project and major project, and about the knowledge about research, uh, it is very important in innovation whenever you are dealing your profession with the research and development, regulatory and innovation department. Initiatives of the FSSI, as earlier I told you, where is the scope, you have to find out what are the different initiatives taken by the regulatory. Accordingly that you have to mold yourself. Otherwise what happens, the regulatory goes one side, industry goes one side, and students will go the one side. So unless and until if you don't tie all the things together, it will impossible to launch in the market in a successful manner. Somehow you will get the job, but if you have the more expectations, or if you want to lead the professionally the food technology, at that time you must see what are the policy decisions declared by the our regulatory mechanism, where is the industry, and where is the my knowledge. If you have the gaps, then definitely it's and everyone's duty to try to compensate your knowledge by referring the websites. I have given the several references intentionally, because you can see the Javik Bharat organic big market is there. Then you can see the import clearance. Then FSSI, they have created the good literature. Try to take the advantages whatever the literature they have created for each and every stakeholder of the country. Similar kind of thing is there again. Eat Right India, Swachh Bharat Yatra. Then uh, food facts right, milk monitoring system, packaging, packaged drinking water, safety, knowledge, purpose, develop different things they have developed. But it's right time to wake up and try to get the or extract the maximum things from the regulatory uh, sound regulatory system available with the country. Then this is again one area I would like to share with you, because whatever the existing regulatory system it is governed. I will not read all the content, because food technology and food regulatory system in India understanding is very important, because scientific panel, scientific committee and chairperson, these are the 6 7 members They are the committee members for the food FSSI, and there are 21 different food category for scientific panels are there, and every scientific panel is having the 11 members as the scientific panel for food additives and flavoring processing aid and material in contact. There are 11 members, and you can see the how big the organizations of these all the enlisted member. That is a good thing, because again you can see the all the organizations like NIN is there, ICT is there, NDR is there, then ICSAT is there, BRC, CSR, CFR, Mysore is there, NIFTEM is there. All the big organization peoples, they are the member for each and every category. Again, second example, panel on milk and milk product. Likewise, 21 panel, 21 categories, food products categories, and every category is having the 11 members. It means that the total figure will goes 230 scientists are continuously working in the area of food safety and standards authority of India. And again, you can see the 13 categories are there. You might be familiar with this, and 377 products are there, including the 13 category. Among the 13 category, the proprietary is the 30th category, because again you can see the irradiation and other products are 12, and 13 is the proprietary. Those are doesn't have any kind of the standards and specifications. Still date, you can see the in the market, still the several products doesn't have the standards and specifications. Then food business operators, they are having the question in their mind, my product will include in which category, but for them they can include their product in the proprietary. They can manufacture their product as a proprietary product, so they don't worry about it. So they will get all the guidelines about the proprietary food products. Then there are a lot of opportunities as a content developer, as I have prepared this material, and you can develop your own content and publish very rapidly, because again you can see the comparison in between uh, the students generation and people like us. There is a lot of gaps, because you have the very smart devices along with the very sharp mind. So that's why you can utilize your own knowledge strengths to develop yourself in various areas. There are various vast areas where you can uh, make your career, and according to your own area of expertise and interest, you can develop yourself, or this might be one of the opportunity for you. Then different initiatives, as earlier I told you about nutrition, then about eat right, then for school children's, for fortification, so. And again, one more area I would like to, in training, I will show you just list of the non-mandatory system. Just now we have talked about one mandatory system, the how big is the list is there, and non-mandatory system, then you can see list out this content, and here is one of the opportunity. You can see the 45, more than 45. I unable to collect all the things, but moreover, the roughly, if you compare the where the you can have the opportunity, because documentation and work with the regulatory, there are 40 non-mandatory systems are available. There you can work out throughout the globe. It is not all the opportunities are available within the India, but outside also you can work a lot with the help of this enlisted content. So industry readiness is there, but this is very basic part. If you are doing these all activities, then it's fine, but try to connect with the development in your communication skill, aptitude and employability competencies. Then GDPI might be very mock interviews, try to mark uh, appear for the mock interviews. Then classroom training and e-learning, it is now the present scenario. You can see the few days back or 5-6 months back, nobody was thought we will take the support of the virtual platform. But now you can see that everybody is trying to connect with the this platform and taking the advantage of it. So e-learning courses, e-learning processes, try to understand and utilize the smart devices. Industry visit and internship already I have focused. Then try to listen the external person rather than the frequently in-house. Try to connect with the maximum outside peoples from the industry professions and various professions. Then webinar, seminar, technical refresher courses, industry facing like HR needs, and Swayam Prabha. There are a lot of online courses also you can opt as you are attending the webinar. Likewise, you can connect with the several online courses developed by the Swayam or maybe the Swayam Prabha. Then again, if you have the good potential with starting your own businesses, for that also you can approach to there are several the funding agencies are available, and you can improve your entrepreneurship skill set with the help of connecting all the things. Then LinkedIn profile building, because people should be know you at each and every area. So that's why so it's the time uh, you can spread in a very rapid manner in the market. So for that you can have the different mode of the communications and devices and opportunities to uh, reach up to the at very rapid speed to each and every stakeholder. So I will stop here. I think I have tried to cover the maximum whatever content I have with me. If you have anybody queries or any doubts, then shall we proceed for the question and answer session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have proceed to the question and answer session. Some of the participants asked their questions. From first question from Mr. Mahesh Pawar. What's about market for probiotic food today?
Market of the probiotic foods. As everybody is familiar with the current scenario, the whatever the gastrointestinal your tract is need to improve your gut health. That is the main cause why we are consuming probiotic or prebiotic, because the the probiotic only we are giving the live organism, but prebiotic again improve the gut information, gut health, because prebiotics are enriched with the some fiber material. So along with the live organisms, again we are getting the another benefit. So either it is probiotic or prebiotic, nowadays peoples they require to reduce down their gastrointestinal or to improve their gut health. It is the big issue. So that's why you can get the maximum advantage to market your product as your uh, improvement in a gastrointestinal tract and gut health also we can improve. But thing is
Okay.
that again yeah, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, any more?
Yes, sir. Another question is from Rupa Gupta. How to reduce wastage from farm as a food technology?
How to
Reduce wastage.
wastage? Okay,
Yes.
wastage of which commodity? Either it is fruit, vegetable, or maybe
No, no. They are specifically given as a farm. from farm, how to reduce
Farm. Okay.
wastage as a technology.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Uh, as all of us we knows that uh, there are a lot of mechanization or automation nowadays available in the market. The there are 2 3 reasons why wastages is takes place. First thing is that if you don't have the proper harvesting management, improper sorting and grading, and third foremost thing is that the improper storage facilities. Because as if you see, if you don't remove the field heat, then how drastically the rate of respiration will get increases. And once the rate of respiration is get uh, increases in a rapid manner, then automatically you can say the internal the the chemical content, it is very susceptible to take the biochemical changes in a very rapid manner. So the removing field heat like techniques you can adopt, as well as the use of the some mechanical devices or improved or the atomization will help to reduce down the wastage at farm itself.
Okay, another question is that Ms. Seema Agarwal, they are concerning from the packaging sector. They want to know
Okay.
about the HAL technology.
Basically, if you see the hurdle technology, if we are technically we are defining, the title itself indicate that whenever any food commodity is get preserved with the help of multiple use of the multiple uh, preservation techniques. Sometimes we are improving the packaging material, sometimes we are improving the improving or modifying the its with the help of gases, or maybe sometimes we are improving the temperature or multiple normally the multiple preservation techniques whenever we are adopt uh, for the preservation of the food product. That kind of the technology is known as the hurdle technology. So there are various examples nowadays available. Can the retort is one of the example. You can see the heating and use of the packaging material. Then map and modified atmospheric packaging is another example. There also you can adopt or you can make the several combinations, and several combinations you can make uh, to preserve the food product and take the maximum advantage of uh, the application of the huddle technology in the food packaging for the food preservation purpose.
Okay, so Anil Kumar asked for about the food additives. They wanted to know about the details of food additives.
As earlier I stated that food additives is one of the now in present scenario one of the leading sector in the food processing, because you can see the everyone I think familiar or maybe the experience a lot the 10-15 years back condition and in present scenario how the big use of the food additives is done by the food business operators, FBOs they are using, and uh, everybody wants to change in their product. But whenever you want to change your product characteristic or product uh, quality in terms of its physical nature or in terms of its enhancement in the taste or maybe the flavor, if you want to enhance the flavor profile, at that time you need the food additives. So that's why the food additives, I think it's my personal opinion. In present scenario, if those who want really interest, you must associate with this particular segment. Definitely, this segment will give an opportunity to learn a lot of things, because whenever you are handling any food additives at that time, you have to understand the chemistry, then you have to manage the research and development, you have to work with the application department. So that's why you can see the most of the companies, the company like Tata or maybe companies like ITCs, they are having, or maybe HUL is there, General Mills there, they are having their very strong application center. They are creating the application center because whatever food additives they have prepared, first of all they are conducting the trial at their own locations. So Tata, they have established their innovation center at Mulshi, Pune. Then Bunge India Private Limited, you can see the one of the leading brand in the bakery and confectionery. They are having their R&D center at Trichy and one more application center at Pune. Likewise, there are various companies, they are having the very strong network about the application part of the additives. And everyone can also experience there are a lot of products. Without additives, can we manufacture the product? This is the way. But at the same time, whenever you are apply the any food additive, at that time you must follow the standards and specifications governed by the FSSAI. So all the standards and specifications are available with FSSAI. In future also, if you need anything, you just click the FSSAI, you will get each and every part of the application of the food additives in the food related any uh, product development or for R&D purpose.
Okay. So another question is from Ramananda. Sir, MSc Food Technology and MTech in Food Technology, what makes difference among these courses and respective future and opportunities? Same person asked another question, where these courses are available and what is the scope of pursuing MSc in Food Science and Technology from the IGNOU?
Now it's quite difficult to tell about the comparison of the MSc is better or MTech is better. But according to my own opinion, who will having the sound knowledge, especially the analytical hand, basics are very sound. The R&D core is good. Then knowledge of product development and innovation, who those are having the either it is MSc or maybe MTech, those will definitely get the opportunity. There, as such, there is no any measurement to compare either MSc is better or MTech is better. I will just put an example. Now CSR CFTRI is providing the MSc, and ICT or maybe our department or maybe throughout Maharashtra, whatever the other organizations, they are providing the MTech degrees. Then if you compare the package of the CSR CFTRI and other MTech governing organizations, then there is a vast difference. So this will create and the difference which is better, either MSc or MTech. So by personally, I would not like to compare the course, but either it is MSc or MTech, both the courses are having the equal opportunities. But thing is that whosoever is having the sound, all the knowledge about whatever points I have stated about that, who is having the knowledge, he or she will get the definitely opportunity. And about IGNOU, I gone through the syllabus. Syllabus is very good because content wise they have prepared very nice content because there are different modules I have referred for this teaching and learning purpose. Content wise it is very good, but I don't have the idea about what kind of the practical exposure they are getting. Theoretical, they are getting very good material, theoretical material, but I'm somewhat doubtful about their practical content because as it is the not regular course, because it is for self-study mode purpose. It has been developed. So I'm just doubtful about its practical, sound practical knowledge about whenever you are pursuing your course from the evening.
Sir, another question from the same person. Which college offers best courses in this field?
Again, there are, as earlier I enlisted, there are so many IITs. They are also having the uh, good status. NITs are also having the good status, as well as some MHRDs institutes like uh, Sangrur district. They are having the good BTech and MTech program. Then CSIR, CFTRI, PG program. Then again, NIFTM is having BTech and MTech. Then ministries, specialized ministries institute like uh, IFFT Tanjavur is another good institute in the country. Then ICT Mumbai, LIT Nagpur, all the state university courses, they are also having the good state. But again, the thing is that the organization's role is up to some extent, but whenever you are pursuing your course, at the time how you are pursued, that is very important. Because or no doubt the role of the organization matters up to some extent, but what kind of the knowledge you are getting, or how you are pursuing your course with all the equipped knowledge, it matters a lot as per my own opinion.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable knowledge. Our question and answer session will be over this. I would like to introduce Professor Jamdar JL for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. All respected dignitaries and my dear participants, I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all those who have helped us in making this webinar successful. First of all, I would like to thank our guest speaker, Professor Dr. Lokhande sir, for gracing today's webinar. Thank you, sir, for your guidance and sharing most valuable information related to food technology, which is definitely beneficial for our participants, students, and us. Then I would like to thank all our participant students from various states, institutes, universities, and industries who are participated in huge number. Next, I would like to express our profound gratitude to our President, Jayasitai Mokashi ma'am, Vice President Dr. Vishwajit sir for giving us permission to arrange the webinar. Then I would like to thank our beloved Director Chaudhary sir who always encourage us, support us for such activities. Next, I would like to thank our Principal Professor A.S. Dhane sir for his valuable direction. Then I am very grateful to all teaching and non-teaching faculties who have given enormous support to make this event successful. At last, we apologize for inconvenience due to internet problem. Once again, thanks all of you. And now I declare our today's session is get over. Thank you so much.
Thank you for patient listening and given me an opportunity to represent my thoughts in front of you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. दादा प्रबोध